And I'm like, I ain't got nothing. We don't have nothing. I don't got any money. I don't got nothing. So I noticed how young he was, and I was like, wow, this guy's young. I'm thinking everything's moving so fast. Like, wow, this guy's young. And he was cool. He was cool about it. And it was one guy I saw, and he has the gun up, and I start reaching, because I don't think he really saw that I was like reaching back in the back of my pocket. And all of a sudden I hear a voice from across the street. He's got something on him. He's got something on him. So I didn't even see that guy. So I look over and I see the guy across the street. And at that time I noticed he didn't have a gun on him or anything. He had empty hands and like a hoodie and the mask, just like this guy in front of me had. And he's yelling to him. And I look back and he's looking at me, and I put my hands up. I'm like, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. Right? So at that point, Bizarro was next to me. And Bizarro starts, you know, going through his pockets like this. And at that point, the gunman turned the gun on Bizarro. So at that moment, I was like, I pulled the gun, and at that moment, he saw that I pulled the gun, and it was like, he shot at Bizarro, I shot at him, I shot at him again, and it was like, poof, just like a blur to me. It happened so quick. And I ran, Bizarro ran, and I remember he like dove towards, there's like a telephone pole there, towards the pole, and then they ran that way and we ran this way. But at that moment I didn't know where they went. I couldn't tell you which way they went, so I ran back behind a building, and I like waited maybe 10 seconds to see if anybody came that way. We ran home, and I called 911 on my cell phone, and literally it was like less than a minute. There were 2 cop cars there, and the one guy went up to the window. I said, yeah, 2 blocks that way, you know what I mean? They stuck us up, you know, shots fired and all that. He took off, and there was a female in the cop in the other truck, and I gave her the weapon. I said, here's my weapon, here's the holster, and she gave it to this other guy. He took the weapon, secured it, and I started to tell her what happened, and you know, less than 15 minutes later they had us.
Right.
So it was like,
So you aimed to shoot him?
Oh, it wasn't. There was no aim.
Right.
I've been to a target shooting probably over 100 times in my life, and I'm a pretty good shot. It wasn't anything like that, you know. It wasn't like I was here and it was like that. It wasn't.
So you didn't have time to aim?
There was no aim or any. Yeah, it was like nothing ever. Yeah. It was like Yosemite Sam, you know, from the Looney Tunes.
So were you sort of panicking, right?
Well, I don't think I panicked, but I just reacted. It was like this guy, and I knew that he meant business. Like, you know, there's a gun pointed at me, and then it was pointed at Bizarro, and it was like either now or never.